Imagine kicking off a game where history shatters in just 9 seconds, a try scored faster than you can blink, leaving fans stunned and records broken forever. Smash that like button now and subscribe for more jaw-dropping moments. The roar of the crowd at Brookvale Oval echoed like thunder as the Manly Sea Eagles faced off against the New Zealand Warriors in a high-stakes NRL Round 27 clash that would decide finals fates. From the very first whistle, chaos erupted. Sea Eagles captain Daly Cherry Evans, in what was billed as his emotional farewell game at home, lined up for the kickoff. The ball soared high, but as it bounced awkwardly on the turf, Cherry Evans hesitated, watching it skip past him in a moment of sheer disbelief. Warriors prop James Fisher-Harris, a powerhouse known for his relentless drive and Kiwi grit, pounced like a predator sensing weakness. He scooped the loose ball, bulldozed through a scrambling Jason Saab who slipped in desperation, and dove over the line untouched. The clock read just 9 seconds, the fastest try in NRL history, eclipsing Kirisom Ava's 11-second mark from years past. The stadium fell silent for a split second before erupting in a mix of gasps and cheers. Warriors fans celebrated wildly, while Manly supporters buried their heads in hands, wondering if this blunder signaled the end of their season dreams. Fisher-Harris, fresh from a stellar campaign marked by bone-crushing tackles and leadership that turned the Warriors from underdogs to contenders, became an instant legend. But this was no ordinary game, it mirrored the unpredictable twists of Australian politics, where one misstep can topple giants. The Sea Eagles, much like a seasoned coalition clinging to power, had dominated early season polls but now faced an opposition hungry for upset. As the Warriors converted the try to lead 6-0, questions swirled: could Manly rally from this humiliating opener, or would the Warriors steamroll to victory? The tension built as plays unfolded, with Cherry Evans barking orders, desperate to redeem himself. Tackles flew, passes zipped, and the field became a battlefield of strategy and brute force. Yet, just as the Warriors seemed poised to dominate, a whisper of comeback lingered in the air. Would the Eagles soar back, or crash spectacularly? Manly's response was swift and ferocious, turning the tide in a frenzy that left commentators breathless. Cherry Evans, stung by his early error, channeled his veteran savvy into a masterclass of redemption. Within minutes, he orchestrated a brilliant set play, threading a pinpoint grubber kick that Tom Trbojevic chased down like a hawk, grounding the ball for Manly's first try at the 3-minute mark. The conversion sailed true, narrowing the gap to 6-6. But Cherry Evans wasn't done. He set up 2 more tries in quick succession, first to Jason Saab redeeming his slip with a blistering wing sprint, then to Ruben Garrick who powered through 3 defenders. Suddenly, Manly led 14-6 after just 16 minutes, flipping the script in a stunning turnaround that shocked the Warriors' defense. This surge evoked the resilience of political heavyweights bouncing back from scandals, much like how Aussie PMs rally after polls dip. The Warriors, embodying the scrappy opposition party fighting for relevance, pushed back with gritty runs from Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, whose evasive footwork nearly broke through twice. Yet Manly's line held firm, with Homo Alakoatu delivering crunching hits that echoed across the oval. Midway through this whirlwind first half, as the score teetered, it's worth pausing to remind you that you're watching this breakdown on Aussie Political Updates, where we dissect battles on the field and in Parliament with equal fervor. Stay tuned for more analogies that hit home. The crowd's energy pulsed, Warriors fans chanting for a comeback while Sea Eagles faithful roared approval. Surprises kept coming. A controversial bunker call disallowed a Warriors try for a forward pass, sparking debates akin to election recounts. As halftime approached, the Warriors clawed back with a penalty goal, making it 14-8. The intensity mounted, each tackle a statement, each offload a gamble. But as the siren loomed, one burning question hung heavy: could the Warriors mount a second-half revolution, or would Manly's early recovery seal their dominance? The second half exploded with renewed vigor, as the Warriors, trailing but unbroken, unleashed a barrage that tested Manly's resolve to its core. Charnze Nicoll-Klokstad, the fullback with lightning speed, intercepted a loose pass from Cherry Evans and raced 60 meters untouched, diving over to level the scores at 14-14 just 5 minutes in, a moment of pure surprise that had fans leaping from their seats. The conversion edged them ahead 16-14, igniting hopes of a fairy tale upset. This shift mirrored political swings where underdogs surge on momentum, much like independents toppling major parties in by-elections. Manly fought back fiercely, with Trbojevic scoring his second try off a clever chip kick, reclaiming the lead at 20-16 after a successful sideline conversion. The game devolved into a war of attrition, penalties traded like policy barbs, and sin bins for high tackles adding drama. Warriors' Sean Johnson, the crafty halfback, weaved magic with a no-look pass that set up Dallin Watene-Zelezniak for a corner try, tying it again at 20-20 with 20 minutes left. The surprises piled on. A field goal attempt by Cherry Evans clanged off the post, only for Fisher Harris to charge downfield in response, offloading to Tuivasa-Sheck for what seemed a certain score, until a desperate ankle tap from Garrick saved the day. Injuries crept in, with Saab limping off, forcing Manly to reshuffle and exposing flanks. The Warriors capitalized, their forward pack dominating possession at 60%, grinding down Manly's defense. As the clock ticked under 10 minutes, tension peaked. A dropped ball here, a missed tackle there could decide everything. Would the Sea Eagles hold their fortress, or would the Warriors snatch victory in a late twist that rewrites the finals narrative? In the dying minutes, the match reached fever pitch, every play laden with the weight of seasons past and futures uncertain. Leading 20-20, Manly mounted a final assault, but Warriors' defense stood tall, repelling wave after wave. Then, in a shocking turn, Johnson slotted a field goal from 40 meters with 2 minutes left, edging the Warriors ahead 21-20. Manly charged back, Cherry Evans launching a bomb that Trbojevic nearly claimed, but Nickel Klokstad's heroic leap secured it for the Warriors. The siren sounded amid jubilation and heartbreak, Warriors victorious 21-20, securing their final spot while Manly bowed out. This epic mirrored Aussie political thrillers, where narrow margins decide power, reminding us that resilience trumps early blunders. Fisher Harris earned man of the match for his record try and tireless work, while Cherry Evans' farewell ended bittersweet, his blunder overshadowed by valiant efforts. Trebojevic's double tries highlighted Manly's attack, but Warriors' collective grit, Johnson's precision, Tuivasa-Sheck's flair, proved decisive. Surprises abounded, the fastest try, the disallowed scores, the late field goal that stunned all. As the players shook hands, the Oval buzzed with reflections on what could have been. For Sea Eagles fans, it's a season of what-ifs, for Warriors, a launchpad to glory. Remember, this in-depth analysis comes from Aussie Political Updates, where we break down rivalries that shape nations, on and off the field. Subscribe now for more compelling stories that blend sport and strategy, and join us next time for the finals frenzy. Until then, keep questioning the game changers.